in the container. And I hold it above the container, so if it falls in the container. It just fell and it fell in the container. That's one.
Level them off.
That's two. That's three. Here comes four, friends. That's going to be four. Now watch this. Watch this. These are heaping tablespoons. Watch what we do here. Watch what we do here. Man, study to be clean with the charcoal. Study to be clean. It's not easy. Now you may notice pressure. You may notice pressure. I'm going to shake this, and I'm glad that it's never blew up in my hand. But sometime when you take a dry solution and you mix it like this, you'll get some pressure. Now I'm going to see. You might hear a little pressure.
Why it has to be warm, though?
I'll tell you why in just a second. Now, you didn't hear that, but there's a little pressure there. Okay? Once we do this, he asks, why does it have to be warm? I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to answer your question. I want you to see why it have to be warm. If you use a dry spoon or something, of course you want to make sure you get as much of that charcoal off. You want to be clean. You don't want charcoal in your psyllium, and you don't want psyllium in your charcoal. Okay, now watch what we do here. Open it. You want to scoop it above the container. This is one. This is two. This is three. This is four. I slightly want to do a little more because the spoon is small. I'm going to do 5 for the sake of what we're doing. Once I do that, I'm going to put this top right back on. Really tight, friends. Now watch this. You can hear how viscous it is. Do you hear that? Mm-hmm. Everyone can hear it, right? Now I'm going to pour this stuff out. It's as thick as jelly. It's as thick as jelly. This is a really good texture here, okay? And you notice charcoal is not flying everywhere? Because a binder is holding it. A binder is holding it. Now there are a few things that you can do. Now when it gets loose like this, you can kind of, I'm going to let that fall. You can kind of flop it back in the jar. You always want to be clean. Remember, be clean, whatever you do. So watch what I do here, because if this charcoal gets on something and people are worried about staining, as soon as it gets on something, you're going to hear somebody over-exaggerate. Oh, is it going to come out of my curtain? You don't want that. So be, you know what I mean. Study to be clean. Study to be clean. Now I'm going to put this down here for a moment. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and throw this away so we don't make no mistakes. I always play a game with myself when I work with charcoal. I always say, let me see if I can not be messy with it. Because, boy, it is close to impossible. It is close to impossible to use charcoal and not get it everywhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just cleaning my top so that